Hello, folks. The Celtic Nerd here, bringing you another nerdy video. I started this video a little late. But that's because I got caught up talking about a droid. So yeah, this is the start of part 2 of my series. So for Star Wars month this year, we're going to be covering Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. Now I'm playing this through Steam, and it is quite modded, mostly with texture mods, but I do have 1 or 2 mods that, and I literally mean 2 max, mods that could be considered cheating. One is we now earn 50% extra experience on top of what we would normally get. Example, if we kill an enemy that is worth 100 XP, instead we'll get 50. The other is quests that reward credits, reward extra credits. So that means we still have to complete the quest, but we will receive a small extra increase. So just got this out again. We may or may not need it as we explore. This is to heal us. I'm playing as a Jedi Consular. So as you can see, I mainly specialize in treat injuries, repair, persuade, and awareness. I do plan to increase computer. I do plan to get proficiency in computer, because I am actually gonna really need that for future interactions with one of our droid companions. So yeah, I'm gonna have to invest in that. I think we need minimum like 20 computer use. There's the org.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the KOTOR tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Paragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to... Could be a Jedi, but we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially KOTOR, are already Another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility would have been destroyed. Got most of the injured to the KOTOR tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue. One of the wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics. Miners about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them and moved them down to maintenance, but we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Telos shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning, there has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters and prepare for emergency venting countermeasures.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay. Everyone
Okay. Now, see, we need 1 spike. Now, looking if it's only 1 spike, so we can probably get that easily enough. Now, see, that's the thing I don't know. We just got 200 there, so I don't know if that too. So I think the game will show us like accurately the XP that we're supposed to get. Okay, we got some chemicals. We're going to use it to create now. Can we use it? Okay, no. So the lab station. Oh yeah, it's a workbench that we need to craft computer spades. She looks dead. There's no sign of what killed her.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead? Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things. I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened? Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt. Your stance, your walk, tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down. I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in, the Ebon Hawk, must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave. We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed. Even as I slept, I felt much unrest here. I saw strange visions, minds colored with fear. Now, everything here feels terribly silent. A last word of caution. I would find out as much as you can about this place quickly. I fear we will need to depart as suddenly as we arrived. You may wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions. I do not know. Why did they spare you? Indeed, a Jedi trance could protect one from such poisons. In fact, the sedatives may have been intended to keep you unconscious for some time. It would prove lethal to those untrained in such techniques, however. Most curious. I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
Okay, so I'm curious. So I'm going to quickly have a quick little gander at see if I can find how much XP I was supposed to get for that computer log. So one sec, folks, while I pause the recording. Okay, folks. So the way I see it, okay, I'm on a thing that tells me, okay. So in terms of the XP, right? I don't know if my mod is mod's working or not, because it seems like we did receive the correct amount of XP. I'm gonna have to check that out. But like, cause okay, so opening the medical storage gets us 50 XP, okay? 50. So technically we should have gotten 75 for that. Then let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. So we got 50 for opening the medical bay storage. Then for the Medical Bay murder quest line, we should get an extra, if I'm reading this correctly, an extra 50. So that's 100. For found records showing lethal sedative treatment given to miners in progress mine facilities. So again, we're up to 100. So then, for using the computer, we theoretically could have gotten an extra 50 from that, but I don't think that I did that. That's for if we use the computer, so I'm just going to ignore that. But then we were supposed to get 110 from opening the medical from the morgue. Like, so by using the door to open the morgue, we should have gotten 110, which is funny because that means we should have 210, not like so. Yeah, we should have 210, and yeah, it says we have 200. I'm going to Alt Tab real quick. There we go. Let's see. I'm going to just go into browse this workshop and switch to most popular. No, this week, all time. I'm just going to read out how this mod is supposed to work. Because does it give us extra XP, or does it... How does it work? Because I don't know exactly how it works. Oh, okay. I think I misunderstood. So we don't get extra XP. It lowers the amount of XP we needed. Hold on, let me just double check this. Okay. Let's see, though. One way I can another test this is KOTOR 2 levels. So let's see here. Okay, yeah. It's okay, so it doesn't change the amount of oh god, I'm coughing. Dear God. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so, by the way, folks, to reach the grand amount of XP we need is 1,225,000. That's the grand total amount of XP we need to reach level 50. But anyway, so, with the mod, instead of needing 1,000, we only need 500. So, yeah, okay, so that's what the mod actually does. It modifies the table. So, the mod is actually working. Alright, we're going to quickly equip the plasma torch. Now, folks, like, I've already played this game countless times before even my failed Let's Play recordings. Like, this game has been...
Emergency lockdown overridden.
Now, the amount of times I played it on Xbox, but I will say, I've only ever played it with the restored content once. And that was when, like, the restored content was first initially released on Steam.
Emergency lockdown is
that's going again. So that's going back here. So yeah, actually, it's going to be fun replaying this game. And I now have a better understanding of how the Xbox controls work with it, and like also what attacks are actually more effective at using. Especially when do not bother using critical strike.
Ah, you hear it. It is fate, but it is there. It is the Force you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget. Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
There we go. Right. Let's see. What are we better off at? We have a +0 to hit, and we deal 1 to 9 damage with the vibro cutter. With the blast pistol, we deal 1 to 8 damage, but we have a +3 to hit, so we are going to use the pistol. We're going to level up. There we go. And again, we're going to okay, I might actually take some points away from tree injury. Strangely enough, one feature in this game that seems to have been removed. I don't know what if I have a mod that took it away, took it away. But I am supposed to be able to heal others. Like if I select a tree, like if I select this med pack, I should be allowed to select a party member to use it on. But for some reason they took that out, and I do not remember the disadvantages of the blaster. So let's take a shot together. Okay, so this makes it so that it's hard for me to hit my target. Rapid shot gives me a -4 defense. That's pretty devastating. This -5 defense because we're still so power shot is really the only useful one, I would argue. So I'm going to use power shot.
This is the exit, but it is sealed. Strange. In my visions, it was open.
Especially you, KOTOR. Listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Paragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Paragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out. And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The 3 idiots were grouped so close to the charge, it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just KOTOR and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility's gonna be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives. So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot. I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors. All I need to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As long as I don't get too close to the droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged, maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives. Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can.
Damn, I was really hoping to get some security skill, but I forgot I needed it really early. So let's see. My security is 0. Doesn't matter because I also have no points in stealth. So shit. The only way I'm getting to that terminal, folks, is if I fucking sprint. Okay. I'm gonna open this door, folks, and we're gonna sprint to the terminal. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Get to it, get to it, get to it. Oh, there's the switch. Okay, what do we need to get these guys to not attack me? To fight on my side. Oh, that's it? Okay. droids, I want them, you know, working for me. See, I don't mind them. Okay, so here we go. Skills. Okay. Again, always level up persuade and I need some points in security. I'm not going to take the points in stealth. Alright, so I take the point in. Remaining points. I did 1 on persuasion. Okay, no, I can only do 1. Okay. And with this extra, we'll put it into pure use, yeah. Alright. I could put it in demolitions. Which will be useful later if I can gain some more skill points. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. And then as for powers, we're going to grab shock. Just to give us a little bit of a nice little edge. We will do wound. Now, I don't know if I'm receiving XP for each one of these. Let's see. No, I'm not. So it was only for the first time. Okay. That's all of them. I'm not sure there was anything to be gained heading up. There was, okay. There's just extra components. Those components are going to be a little later down the line when we want to start crafting gear. And then we have the other one up there which we can access later.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. But you have nothing to fear from this one.
Oh, now that we actually have a point in security, I think we have enough. Yes. And there's the stealth film generator. don't actually get a lot of XP for the lockpicking. I'll tell you a bit more than that. Okay.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniform while I've been in here? You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting.
Then there was some big explosion, and then I was sitting here for a long time, waiting for some half-naked miner to show up and ask a bunch of questions.
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high. The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows? Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
Well, that was the story, but whatever happened there must not have lasted. Oh, there was some big civil war on Korriban. Knocked that academy to the ground. Looks like Revan's Grand Crusade finally consumed her. Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman. Look, no offense or anything, but your weird half-naked interrogation isn't my idea. Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody? From my beautiful view in this security cage? Look, I heard some explosions, some emergency alarms, some toxic gas pouring out of the vents. Maybe none of them survived whatever happened. And if they're all gone... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times. This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field, and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship, and then we fly out of here. Huh? What are you talking about? So you done interrogating me, or are we gonna work together and try to get out of this mess? Well, go ahead and burn your thrusters. If there's been a lockdown, you're trapped pretty nicely on this level. You're going nowhere. Oh, except I have clothes. And this security field is protecting me pretty well from any more outbreaks of poison gas. Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console. Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure pizzazz. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey! This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean. No, someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here, trapped. I doubt it. All we have is communications back, for all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us. Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Now folks, I'm going to actually end the video here because the next sequence is going to take us to a different position, but I do want to say I do like the new map. Well, I hardly call that a map actually. But anyway, this monitor looks quite different because of the mods that I have installed. So I'm actually really glad for that. But yeah, we're going to end this video here. The next video will be us tackling the new part 3 of my series. In either case, I'm the Celtic Nerd, signing out. One name, one sky.